Obviously, events like this don't happen without sponsors. And we have a fantastic sponsor for this event, for Debug U and Debug Indie Game Awards, which is Press Engine. Now, I'm not going to say too much, but if you're looking for distribution, if you're an influencer, if you're a content creator, or you're just trying to find ways to get gaming keys out there, Gareth is going to tell you about all this and what they do and how you could get involved. So please welcome, from Press Engine, Gareth Williams. Hopefully that'll change this down to move on to the next one.
Lovely. I didn't fall up the stairs. Result. So, PR Q&A, you can talk to me about stuff afterwards. I would also like to add, Annie and Ryan are awesome. You should talk to them about everything. They're very well respected for a reason. So, I am Gareth. Who is this guy? I've done a lot of stuff. Part of being in PR is to big yourself up. So I've done a fair few things. Those of you who are visual learners, you can read. Those of you who are auditory learners, I will talk around it. So, I've been in the games industry since 2003. I am really old, and I feel really old at this point. I'm now 44, so I've done a fair bit in that time. I've been a journalist. I've been at the bottom of a PR agency. I've gone to the top of a PR agency. I've created a PR agency. I've sold a PR agency. I sound like a dick at this point, but I sold the PR agency because I didn't want to do it anymore. If you want to make money, start a PR agency. If you want to have a life with your family, don't start a PR agency. Simple as that. But I've also done stuff like worked in publishing, and I really love doing it. But I had to concentrate on something else, which we'll come to in a minute. Some of the games that I've signed have sold ridiculously well. And if I'd got 1% net of that, I wouldn't be here. I'll be totally honest. I'd be in the Caribbean the whole time. One of those is Human Fall Flat. And I launched that game, and then I got fired as the PR agency that did it. So I can claim many things. Failure is one of them. The issue with Human Fall Flat is, I think it was the first game where influencers did everything for that game. The media were not interested in the 40 million views that it had before launch. They've now learned the lesson. But back in 2015, the landscape was completely different. I've also got other games that have sold well, and there's a game that I helped sign that is still not out. So I'm really looking forward to Hotel Architect a little bit later, hopefully this year. As a journalist, I did the UK's only live television video game show. About 300,000 people watched it every week. It was the most fun I've ever had. It was like YouTube before YouTube. That's how old I am. After that, I co-founded this thing called Press Engine. Before we talk about Press Engine, let's talk about modern PR. So where we talked about Annie and Ryan and them being awesome is because they know how to do this. If you are a small indie developer, yeah, you can talk to Press Engine. We'll help you as much as we can with a kind of wide approach to getting as much visibility as possible. But the best way to do PR at the moment is to focus and find the right people who are interested in your product and your game, to find the right influencer. Yes, we can help you do that, but it's a tool. It's not as awesome as Annie or as Ryan. Have I bigged you up enough yet? I can keep going, it's fine. Where it says here, factor in 5 to 10 hours a week, that's from when you start making your game. By the time you get to releasing your game, it's 30 hours a week. The amount of work you're going to have to do, just get somebody else to do it. Find a publisher, or if you're going to do it yourself, just be prepared. It's a lot of work. Then, relationships. There is a list that gets passed around by developers of about 1,500 contacts, and they're all out of date. I can tell you from Press Engine standpoint, we update Press Engine every day. There have been, in the last 12 months, 1,600 people that we've taken off the platform and 1,600 people we've taken put on it, and slightly more, actually. But there's so much movement, and obviously, all of us are aware what's going on at the moment. There is a massive consolidation happening at the moment. There are a lot of people losing their jobs who are really, really talented, So if you do actually want to have a really great result with your game, also think about those people who need work at the moment. There's a bunch of really awesome people. But when it comes to your relationships and finding those people that are really focused on your game, whether it's influencers or media, just spend time getting to know them. They want to know you more than they want to know people like me. PR people are the worst people for indie games. Yes, we'll help you so much, but actually the media want to talk to the developers. They want to get to know all the information about the game, and they don't want somebody in the way of it. So on Press Engine, we give you that information. We don't want to be the block. There's always a contact for every game, so you can talk to them directly. How you create assets is really important. If you want to talk to anybody on Reddit, or we've mentioned Twitter here, it kind of works from an ad spend perspective as well. You kind of go down Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. That's the engagement levels you'll get. Somebody mentioned engagement earlier. It's important, but it isn't the be-all and end-all. The right GIF that performs super well on Reddit can increase your wish list. The right conversations on Twitter can increase your wish list. The right videos from influencers can. Media, less so. It was more, less so. If anybody ever wants to know the top 10 publications that push traffic to Steam, just ask. I'll give it to you for free every month. PC Gamer's not number one. Never is. They'll hate me for saying that, but it's Future's job to sell their ads, not me. So, let's talk a little bit more about this. So Ryan's touched on this, about NextFest. NextFest, in my opinion, is not a PR opportunity. You can do stuff with it. You'll get some coverage. But your biggest concern for NextFest, for developers that are involved in it, is you've got 1,000 other games now. Valve does not care that you are one of 1,000 games. What they do care about is that those 1,000 games generate wish lists and sell. They're a storefront. So you need to make the best impression possible in that NextFest. So whether that is getting 50 influencers to constantly stream through that process, brilliant. Have them also stream to Steam. The more that you have video content on Steam, higher the traffic to your pages, higher the wish list that you'll get. I am generalizing. There is a lot more to it than that. But influencers are really important for your NextFest. You'll only get one opportunity. Make the best of it, ultimately. I managed to put Press Sneak Fucks into a presentation. Does anybody remember Press Sneak Fucks? Hands up. Okay, at least one of you is going to search Twitter for Press Sneak Fucks later on. It's the worst thing you can ever do. But don't be afraid to have a voice. Your opinion about your game is what's going to sell your game. Everybody will ask you for this short description for Steam, slightly longer description. Now we can localize that into 17 languages really super easily. But your voice about what you're trying to do, what your game is, how it's different, is so important. Again, don't let PR people be the barrier. We're awesome PR people. Sometimes they get in the way, I'll be totally honest. As well as Press Engine. So, what Press Engine isn't, is it's not a PR person. It is a tool to help people do it. I can tell you that 80% of all PR agencies in the UK use Press Engine. About 40% in America do. We have about 180 small developer teams using Press Engine, most of them on the free account, I might add. I'd love it if they were paying for it, but mostly on the free account. And it does help. It isn't the perfect solution. There is no perfect solution, but it is a way to easily take some of the pain out of managing whether somebody is who they say they are, if you're actually going to get a review from them, or if you're going to get a video from sometime this month. You'll be able to see every video that's done on Twitch for your games. You'll be able to see the same for YouTube and TikTok. We have events launching soon, so if you're going to PAX or GDC or Gamescom, as somebody mentioned later in the year, the platform will do all the work for you. It will ensure that your life is easy instead of difficult and you spend less time doing so. But it is just a tool. I'm going to walk over. It's a brilliant tool. I made it with a guy called Phil and some other people since then, Tom and Charlotte and Jane, who recently joined us. If you want a free account, no problem. It's an invite-only platform. We don't let everybody sign up, and the reason is we believe in discovery, so we actually manage the number of games that come on the platform every single week. So you may find that some weeks there are 10. You may find that some weeks there are 4. We're not interested in having 300 games a week. It doesn't help anybody. Even if people pay us, we manage that onboarding process to ensure that there's visibility for the 14,500 people that sign in every week, or the 17,500 people you can email. Again, it's not spray and pray, it's targeted, but it's a good way to get as much noise as you possibly can if you don't have the skill set internally. And at that point, I'm done. Grab a free account. Any questions afterwards, just grab me. I'll do my best or point you towards people like Annie and Ryan. If I didn't mention, they're awesome. Thank you.
Gareth, thank you so much. Thank you.